This is Kaboo A Pass. Today we are doing a breakdown of the Miracle song by A Pass and me. Let's go.
This song is going to be nice.
When I do a beat, I mostly start with one sample and get inspired from there.
And you would be actually surprised which kind of sample it is. Let me play it for you.
Ja 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 jange zendigane sawayange no abange ja 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 jange ulira bange zendigane sawayange no ja jango mulunjo wesingo.
Now I think you ask yourself, what the does this have to do with the Miracle song?
But let me explain.
So this guy I recorded is actually a traditional singer from Uganda, from the central of Uganda. And I just liked that song. And unfortunately, he didn't sing in a specific key. So first I had to pitch it on a specific one and then start to make a chord progression around it. I really love that song and I really love that idea, but unfortunately when I recorded A Pass later, there was not enough space for that whole part, so I had to get rid of it. There's a producer term called kill your darlings, and I had to kill my darling here. Aww. At least I was lucky enough to keep my chord progression, so I worked from there and went to the drums. So people who know me, I traveled a lot around Uganda and I recorded a lot of instrumentalists and drums and samples. And I used a lot of them in that song as well. Let's start with that drum here. It's actually a drum from Gulu. It has a nice bending, so I thought I want to have it very present in that song. Then there's a second bending drum. Then I have a Kaboo Percussion one shot, which I used from Bale. And then a drum from Fort, which has a very nice thick body.
I'm talking in sound terms.
And then what do we have here? Okay, this rim actually I didn't record myself. This is a stock plugin. God forgive me. So when I put all this drum together now with some shakers, some hats and some log drums, I made an arrangement like this. For the synths in the song, my main instrument was actually a simple organ like this. Then I actually copied that organ, chopped it in pieces so it gives a bit more of a percussion feel, so it's not that boring. Then I doubled it again and put it through some crazy effects with Shaperbox to give that bubbly feel. And then the last layer I put is actually the lead synth. It's a plugin called Chroma. It has a nice vintage sound. Then for the signature sound of that song, it's actually the endingindi or the rigi rigi. That's how they call it in the north, the tube fiddle. I recorded it in Kampala with Alideki Brian. He's an instrumentalist. Shoutouts to Alideki. First he played me something like that. So there was a bit too much going on for me, so I told him to simplify it, and we ended up with a very simple loop like this. Then after some EQing, a low pass filter, some reverb and a very strong sidechain compressor, it sounded like this. What I also added in the track, which I do a lot, is I put some ambient sounds. Every time I travel around, I try to carry my pocket recorder and record rivers, forests, lakes. This specific ambiente is actually in Kabale in Lake Bunyoni. Let me play it for you. You can hear this bird and it really makes sense when I play everything together. I'm sure that bird has a lot of lugezi-gezi right now in Kabale.
Because it's on the Miracles track.
But we give thanks. So after I had all these elements, it was time to record the song with A Pass. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay, sir.
We jamming and burning. One day it will all go down. Down, so nothing concerns me. When I hear the blazing sound.
But yep.
This is the life I chose. I know how the story goes.
You're flatting.
This is like a flat iron.
I try to mix the vocals as clean and as straight into the face as possible because
The lyrics have so much deep meaning.
so I didn't want to make it too cloudy. I have a vocal chain for A Pass, which I always change depending on the song. Starts with just a corrective EQ, then we have a LA 2A compressor, then I always combine it together with the 1176. They really work well together. Then some auto-tune, but not a lot. I feel like in that very song, it will destroy some emotions if I put too much auto-tune. So I actually automated it, and some parts the auto-tune is completely off, and sometimes it comes a bit in. And then we continue with the decapitator. It's my all-time favorite plugin. I use it on basically everything, on bass, on kicks, on vocals, on synths. It's a nice saturator. Then we have the CQ from Sound Toys as well. It gives nice airiness in the high end. And then we have a very normal de-esser from FabFilter, and then I have
A surgical EQ in the end.
so it's a very simple vocal chain. Of course, I still group it with some other effects where I combine all the vocals, but I think we leave it here now because otherwise I will talk an hour. Another thing I always like to do with A Pass is like I have the main voice, which is straight into your face like this. Then I have a second backing voice, which is the same singing, but very wide now. And then together, sounds like this. So I kept the verse always very tight, and then I open up in the pre-chorus. If you have headphones, you will hear that now very clear. If not, just try to hold your phone like this, and then you will also hear it. So in the verse, it's always like straight.
This is the life I chose. I know how the story goes.
So that's a way you can really work with the space you have, and it really opens up. So now we have all the elements, and before I play everything together, one quick note I want to share. Everyone I recorded, all the instrumentalists, have been paid, of course. It is important. Art is not for free. And later on, I want to do a full credited compilation of all the traditional instrumentalists I have recorded. This will follow later. I will keep you updated. So yes, everyone got paid, except the bird. This guy I didn't pay. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Bambi.
Jamming and burning. One day it will all go down, down. So nothing concerns me when I hear the blazing sound, sound.
I like it.
This song is going to be nice.